Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another World of Tanks video. Today I'm going to bring you two separate replays, both of AMX's, one of the AMX 1390 and then the other one of the AMX 1375. Now in this battle, in this replay, it's KP Wrath. You might recognize him from previous replays and videos. He's in his 1390, platooned up with myself and one of our other clanmates, Sickinger Immortal. I'm in my Arty. Yes, I'm a scumbag. Please don't keep reminding me. I just like playing Arty every now and then. And then Sickinger in his T49 right there with the derp cannon. So, without further ado, we will get this replay started. Now it's on the monastery map. Their XVM's showing a 76% chance to win. But of course, that doesn't always matter. So, battle gets underway. Of course, me back there, traveling, I was thinking, I'm gonna shoot down the 9 line, you know, right down that road that heavy tanks love to go up. Until about now, where I realized no one else was going to the road, so I decided to turn back around. And I was actually coming to get shots on these guys that just tracked the RU-251. So KP comes up to the courtyard in the monastery. It's a very good spotting area, very contested light tank area. It's not as useful on the northern spawn as it is on the southern spawn, but as long as you deny that, then you give the enemy team a severe disadvantage. Gets a nice shot two nice shots into the CDC right there. And it's just driving around, trying to stay out of line of fire. That was a nice fire. It was probably shot by Sickinger Immortal over there. So the T-54 is calling out for help. Now, I was trying to get shots on these guys. I couldn't. But luckily, KP comes down, takes out the T-54 E1, and then goes on, misses a shot on the AMX, but connects the second one to destroy the AMX CDC. Now he has to go for a reload. 40-second reload. I also have a 40-second reload in my Arty, but I have already been reloading for some time. And that's when these scouts come. We both think they're going to come for the Arty. That's usually what the light tanks do. So KP came up here to try to defend the artillery pieces. Luckily for us, these guys were not so smart. I couldn't really tell who fired that. Oh, there goes my shot. I was having horrible luck with RNG this match. Luckily, KP made up for it, constantly putting shots into the back of this T-54 lightweight, just totally wrecking him. One more shot and he's dead. And there we go. 6 shots, T-54 lightweight stuff. 1390, oh look, the enemy 1390 falls down, and then our T-34 goes after him. So now he's reloading and he's deciding to protect me, since the other Arty is all the way over there at B1. He's not really in any immediate danger. He's already done 1,975 damage. Enemy 1390 takes out the T-34. T-95 takes out that RU from earlier. Our AMX takes out one of the Arties. which is always helpful. Whenever you have less RDs, it's always nice. And then KP comes across this slow.
Enemy armor is hit.
Now, I was trying to tell him to kind of bait him out so I could get a shot into him. He just didn't want to and decided to take him out himself.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Right there.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Puts him up to 2,981 damage. Goes for another reload. Right now there's very few tanks left on the enemy team. The AMX 30, last seen around the G6 area. The T95, not a threat at all. The AMX 1390, we thought he was stuck. You will see otherwise later on, but we thought he was stuck down there, so we figured he was out of the battle. So that AMX 30 takes out Sickinger. He's just having horrible times at this game. Both 1390s on our team decided to take a peek at that guy, then decide not to try for it. So KP comes back around. We gotta do something with that AMX 30. Don't know where he was. Last seen at F7, F6, F7 area. And there he is, going for the Object 261. Luckily he passed right by me, didn't see me. I was counting my lucky stars at that point. I fire, I miss. Of course, Object 261 one-shots him. And now KP is driving around. T95 spotted. IS-3 and the other 1390 from our team are there. I just told my team I have 29 seconds left of my reload, but I'm going to attack that T95. Which I actually do get to land a couple shots in this match. It wasn't a total washout for me, but it was not one of my best battles. IS-3 comes across both RDs, and he gets destroyed by the Lorraine 155-51. T-95's down to, what was that, 300 and something health. I already got a shot into him while KP was going around G1, H1 area. I'm reloading. So about 10 seconds ago is when I landed my shot. Spots the FV-3805. Knocks him out with a nice shot. Spots the T-95. Goes for a shot. Lands a shot. And then I take him out. Would have rather had done more damage, but I'll take what I can, especially in this battle. Now he spots the Lorraine 155-51. Now I'm telling him, I'm reloading. Just keep him lit up. I'll take him out. Because of course I want more damage, and he doesn't really have to risk himself then. And he agrees at first. He agrees to hold on, and then he spots him, backs up, puts 2 rounds into him, knocks him out. I was furious at that point, but can't really blame him. Everyone wants to kill tanks. I'm not the only one. Now our team's starting to give him accolades. Great job. 6 kills, little over 3,700 damage done. It's one hell of a scout game. Can't fault any of his choices, really. The only thing I would have done different is I would have probably gone for a reload. Then again, we thought that AMX was stuck. As you saw on the minimap, I was driving around to try to shotgun him. because KP was saying that he wanted to go for an invader medal. I was like, no. But that didn't work out. Puts a shot into him and rams him to end the battle. And that nice dust cloud is the explosion from my high explosive round. Would have been absolutely hilarious if I hit him and killed him at the end of the battle. But RNG said no. So he did 4,059 damage, WN8 of roughly 13,362. So now we go to the end result pages. That was his mastery badge, high caliber, Top Gun, couple more ribbons that don't really matter. He was second overall on the team. I was third somehow, don't ask me how. And he did 4,050 damage, 135 spotting damage, spotted one vehicle somehow. Walked away with almost 17,000 credits and 2,492 experience. And now for the second video, we have a replay of a battle that I myself had in my AMX 1375 on Fiery Salient. It was a tier 10 battle. Not too bad. I've actually had quite a few tier 10 battles in this tank, since it does get scout matchmaking. And I was also going for, you can't see it, but I was going for light tank, I forget which number it was. The one where I had to be top of the team by experience earned. So, without further ado, let's start up the replay. Now I decided the best way for me to get top of the team on experience earned was not trying to out damage all the other tanks. That just would not be possible in my AMX 1375 with, was it 135 average damage. So I figured I would play the passive scout role. Come up here into the hills, sit in a bush, wait for them to come down the 1-2 line, and just light them up for all of my allies behind me. Now, I was playing it safe because they do have a WZ-131 and a Walker Bulldog. So I did not go up to these bushes up here, which is the normal scout spot. I decided to stay in this bush right here because of the fact of those two pretty fast enemy light tanks. Unfortunately, I did not have to worry about the M41 Bulldog. He decided to scout the center of the map. And there's the second light tank on our team, our WZ-131. So, unfortunately, there's no scouts anywhere else on the map, but that's what happens. So he goes up to those bushes I was talking about. I figured he didn't spot anything. I was going to move up too. That's when he started getting shot up. So I decided to back off and just go back into my nice little bush. Sitting here, I could have swore I had binos on this when I was playing it, but I guess I forgot to put them on. So I'm running without binos. I'm just hoping to light something up. There was a E75 spot there, a Yag Panther, a WZ-131, and an enemy E25, which was taken out. So again, once that E25 was taken out, I just sit here and wait. That's one of the hardest things I find for playing light tanks. I am a somewhat impatient person, and it is hard for me to wait. And now there's an E75 that appeared. Again, I was hoping and praying to take a shot. I just did not have any viable shots on them. They all would have bounced, and it wasn't worth it. And now I spot the T-54 Mod 1. Decide to call them out right now to tell my friendly tanks to shoot at them, and they do, surprisingly. Most random battles that might not happen, but you never know. E75 gets spotted again. I believe I take a shot here to try to hit him. Yes, and then I will try to get another one into the side of his turret. Unfortunately, he was turning his turret at the time, so neither of them went in. And that's when the Death Star, the FV215B138 gets 183. Sorry, gets spotted. I'm just gonna call it the Death Star. It's way too complicated a name. I decided to unload my regular AP rounds, so I'm able to load a full clip of APCR. Since there's a tier 9, a tier 10, and I don't know what else over there, I'm a tier 7. I figured it was worth it. I carry 2 clips of APCR in this tank. You can go through that pretty quickly, but it kind of serves its purpose. So, the Warfare Trigger off Panzer IV just took out the E75, so I decided to move up. I figure it's pretty safe to move up. There's 3 dead tanks right there that I can take cover behind and kind of hide from enemy shots. And so I'm looking for that FV. Hoping to spot him, and that's when I spot an ISU. I put 1 shot into him, unable to put a 2nd shot into him, but I really don't care. And now I unload on the Death Star. I don't think I did any damage to him there. I have 1 round left in the clip, and it's just a waiting game. ST1 takes out our Yag Panther 2. A little unfortunate, but I spot the ST1 now. Kind of light him up. Take a horrible shot. RNG just drove it straight into the ground. Reloading. If he just left his turret there, I would have had such a nice time, but he decides to turn his turret back. So now that my clip's reloaded, trying to find a shot. Can't find it. Can't see the FV because of the dead enemy tanks in the way. So I pull up a little bit. Still can't find them. Don't know where the heck they're at. So I decide to go back to active scouting. Driving up, zigzagging, just in case they start shooting at me. You never know. Decided to take that big turn right there because I was heading straight towards the Death Star's last position. And I spot him. He's a little further back. Missed both of the shots I take on him. Bounced 1 on the ST1. Finally landed 1. Landed another. Put 1 into the ground. And I just circled the ST1 to death. My team was able to take aim and knock him out. If not, I could have just circled him until my regular AP round clip was reloaded and shoot him in the back. Okay, and here's the end results for that battle. I got my 1st class mastery. I have no clue what it takes to get the ace tanker if that's what I had to do for 1st class. One of the days I hope to find out. I spotted 3 of the enemy tanks. I assisted in damage to 7 tanks, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. I was top of the team on experience, 1,108. I only did 444 damage on the ISU and the ST1. So unfortunately, none of those blind shots went into the Death Star. And 18 shots, 14 hit, only 3 penetrated, 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 2 damaged. Damage due to player's assistant, spotting damage, 7,143. This is by far my largest assisted damage that I can remember. I was extremely happy with it. The only thing I hate was that it was not on one of the light tank missions where I needed to do spotting damage. Well, I walked away with 27,001 credits. Unfortunately, it's the 1 credit. Why not just make it 27,000? Would have made it a lot easier. And because of my premium account, I made 1,662 experience. So that is all that I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you next video. Hopefully it will be somewhat soon. I keep getting in more and more replays that I can use for videos. I should have another one out either tomorrow or the next day. So just keep an eye out, and it will be out as soon as I can get it out.